Claudia Schiffer Biography. Claudia Schiffer is one of the most recognizable people in the world thanks to her careers as a supermodel and an actress. Her image has been featured on more than 1,000 different magazine covers, and she currently holds the Guinness World Record for having the most cover appearances of any person in the history of the record. Schiffer was just a teenager when an agency found her. She was born in a sleepy town in Germany that is known for its lovely setting. Her ascent to fame in the fashion industry was nothing short of meteoric, and within only a couple of years after her initial photo shoot, fashion houses and fashion magazines were vying for the opportunity to work with her as a model. Her image was used to start a plethora of fashion firms, many of which went on to become well known. The most remarkable aspect of her profession is that, despite the fact that modeling is generally regarded as a vocation that is only pursued for a limited period of time, Claudia Schiffer is still a fashionable and in-demand model in her 50s. She stands out as a person who was able to hold her own and make her voice important in a field where women are typically only regarded as lovely faces. Because of her reserved attitude, she is sometimes referred to as the Ice Queen, and this is one of the reasons why. Claudia Maria Schiffer was born on August 25, 1970, in a tiny town in Germany named Rheinberg, which is located close to Dusseldorf. Her parents were Gudrun and Heinz Schiffer. She is the middle child of 3 children, her 2 brothers and 1 sister. At school, Schiffer was known to be an intelligent but reserved student. The length of her legs led to the creation of the moniker Duck for her. Since Schiffer's father was a lawyer, she always had the ambition to follow in his footsteps. In addition to her studies throughout those years, she spent some time working at the law office that her father owned. Claudia Schiffer was discovered by a French agent in a nightclub in Dusseldorf when she was 17 years old. The agent asked her if she would be interested in moving to Paris. She was taken aback by the news, but she still chose to skip school in order to investigate further. Claudia Schiffer has stated that she has always had a shy personality, and at the time, she was unable to grasp either French or English. In Paris, during the test photography, everything went even more smoothly than Schiffer could have ever imagined, and the rest, as they say, is history. Claudia Schiffer's visage, as captured by photographer Gilles Ben-Simon, was featured on the cover of the French edition of Elle magazine exactly 1 year after it was discovered that she was present at a nightclub. While in Paris, she drew the attention of Ellen von Unwerth, a former fashion model who is now a photographer. Both the artist and the model were at the beginning of their respective careers when Unwerth's images of Schiffer propelled both of them into the spotlight and helped launch their individual careers. Schiffer's photographs were taken by Unwerth, and they caught the attention of fashion designer Paul Marciano, who wanted to use them in an advertisement campaign for his company, Guess Jeans. Schiffer became recognizable as the Guess Girl after appearing in advertising campaigns for the brand all over the continent and in the United States. For these ads, she traveled across the Atlantic Ocean. The editor-in-chief of British Vogue made the decision in the fall of 1989 to feature the young model on the cover of the publication's October 1989 issue. Herb Ritz took photographs of Claudia Schiffer while she was wearing haute couture outfits. Karl Lagerfeld, the director of the Chanel fashion brand, expressed interest in meeting Claudia Schiffer after seeing her on the cover of the British edition of Vogue. The next year, in 1990, he cast her in the role of a model for the fall-winter collection. According to Schiffer, Lagerfeld is the one who took her from being a timid teen to a supermodel by teaching her about style and fashion as well as the abilities necessary to thrive in the competitive fashion world. In the 1990s, Claudia Schiffer became one of the many supermodels who followed in the footsteps of Christy Turlington, Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, and Linda Evangelista. This quintet earned the reputation of being the first supermodels and was fated just like rock stars did in their day. Since she first walked the runway for Chanel, Claudia Schiffer has been a fashion model for virtually every major fashion house in the world. These companies include Versace, Armani, Dior, Louis Vuitton, Yves Saint Laurent, Ralph Lauren, and many more. In addition to modeling haute couture, Claudia Schiffer became the face of high street fashion houses such as Mango and Accessorize. After only a few years in the modeling industry, Schiffer began receiving requests to appear in movies. In the 1994 film of the same name, she made her debut, playing the role of Richie Rich's personal trainer. In 1994, when she was still engaged to the magician David Copperfield, she made an appearance in the documentary David Copperfield, 15 Years of Magic, which was about him and his career. In this documentary, she played the part of a reporter who had an interview with Copperfield. In the American movie The Blackout, which was released in 1997, Claudia Schiffer played the main part. During the Cannes Film Festival, the picture was shown in a separate area from the one in which the competition was held. She co-starred alongside Matthew Modine. Schiffer has appeared in a handful of cameo roles in music videos, including Bon Jovi's Say It Isn't So from the year 2000 and the music video for Westlife's Uptown Girl from 2001, which was produced for the benefit of the charitable organization Comic Relief. In the blockbuster romantic comedy film Love Actually from 2003, Schiffer portrayed the role of a mother of a high school-aged child who is attracted to Liam Neeson's character, who is playing a newly widowed father. L'Oréal has Claudia Schiffer acting in the role of brand ambassador. She holds the record for having been the L'Oréal brand ambassador for the longest amount of time in the company's history. In 2011, Schiffer transitioned into the world of fashion design and debuted her first cashmere collection during Paris Fashion Week. She keeps up with her design work. Her most recent collaboration was with Etri Cecile, and the two of them produced a line that embodies Schiffer's signature personal style, which can be described as sophisticated casualness. Together with Ellen von Unworth, Claudia Schiffer reprised her role as the brand's iconic launch face in 2012, the year that Guess celebrated its 30th anniversary. Claudia Schiffer has always been a proponent of maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and the fitness video series she created, titled Claudia Schiffer's Perfectly Fit, has been quite popular. Schiffer celebrated her 50th birthday by releasing a limited edition beauty product package with the help of her close friend Carol Bamford. The products in the kit are modeled after Schiffer's own skincare routine. The Kunstpalast Museum in Düsseldorf, Germany, hosted an exhibition of photography that Claudia Schiffer curated throughout the month of March 2021. The era of the 1990s is represented in this exhibition through the work of supermodels, fashion editors, photographers, and designers. Claudia Schiffer announced her engagement to David Seth Kotkin, best known as the magician David Copperfield, in 1994. During this time period, she was also seen appearing at his concerts and lending a hand to him in his performance. 1999 was the year that their engagement was broken off. On May 25, 2002, Schiffer tied the knot with director of photography Matthew Vaughn. Since her spouse is the current Count, Schiffer is now known as Countess Claudia de Vere Drummond. Her husband holds the title of Count. The couple currently has 3 children, a son named Casper Matthew, as well as 2 daughters named Clementine Poppy and Cosima Violet. Coldham Hall, a mansion from the Tudor era, is located in Suffolk, England, and is owned by both her and her husband, Matthew Vaughn. This is where the family lives. Schiffer is involved with a wide variety of charitable organizations, and she frequently gives the revenues from her businesses to those organizations. She has served as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador in the past. During her time as a model, Schiffer had a reputation for maintaining a strict routine in her daily life. She doesn't drink alcohol or smoke. She is now in her 50s, yet she still exudes the same kind of glitz and glamour that she did when she first started modeling. She attributes this to the organic and healthy way she lives her life. Claudia Schiffer is the author of a novel with the same name that was released in 2017. This book takes a look back at her career as a model over the course of 30 years and features images of her as well as written accounts contributed by the fashion designers, photographers, and other models with whom she has collaborated.